This is a very exciting day here in the city of Vicksburg. This past weekend, we had a very brutal crime to occur in our city in the 1100 block of Monday Street, where there was a home invasion of a 72-year-old female. I cannot thank the Vicksburg Police Department enough, both the Uniform Division as well as CID. They work tireless around the clock to make sure that we bring closure to this particular case. Within hours of this heinous crime, we had already identified the individuals, and within a few hours later, we were able to bring into custody Ja'Cory Thomas, age 20, of Vicksburg, and Mark Lewis Carver, Jr., 27 years of age, also from the city of Vicksburg. The charges that's leveled against these two individuals is as follows. Ja'Cory Thomas, age 20, he will be charged with home invasion, sexual battery, rape, kidnapping, and armed robbery. Mark Lewis Carver, Jr., age 27, also of Vicksburg, will be charged with home invasion, armed robbery, and credit card fraud. These two individuals committed this very brutal crime in our city. And let me just say that the victim, a 72-year-old female, whom I have met with on 2 occasions, on Sunday and again on yesterday. She's a very humble lady. She reminds me of a picture-perfect image of anyone's mother or grandmother. And we want this community to know that these type crimes will not go unnoticed and will not go unpunished. We look forward to Ja'Cory Thomas and Mark Lewis Carver, Jr. getting very familiar with what an inside of a jail cell look like. We have a very strong case against these individuals. And while we have a very strong case against them, we're also awaiting on DNA results from the Mississippi Crime Lab. I know that the Vicksburg Police Department, the investigators, as well as the Uniform Division, has literally worked around the clock to make sure that we bring closures to this case. And I cannot stress enough that the job that the men and women has done in this community is outstanding. Our Criminal Investigation Division is led by Captain Sandra Williams. Our Patrol Division Commander is Lieutenant Moore. These men and women has worked, again, tremendously hard. We made this case a priority because we want not only the citizens to know that these type situations will not go unnoticed, but we want the criminals to know. We want to make sure that these individuals will spend many, many, many years in a jail cell. We have not only have a good working relationship from within the department, but we are joined here today by the Warren County Sheriff Martin Pace. Martin and I have worked together for over 30 years, but we have worked very closely together over the last 6 years since I've been the Chief of Police. We have a very capable and competent District Attorney, Ricky Smith. Ricky Smith will take this case in the coming weeks and months, and he will present it to the jury. And again, we feel very good about this case. I just want to say thanks to this community that believe in us and trust us to know that when there is a situation happening, that we're going to be on top of it. And we're going to make sure that no stones are left unturned as we did with this case. At this time, I want to give the commander of CID an opportunity to say a word or two if you care to?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Good morning. I would just like to add to what Chief Armstrong said about the hard work and around-the-clock work that was done in this particular case. We have a very small investigative division who did an outstanding job, and I'm just really appreciative of all the hard work that each of the investigators did. I am appreciative of the patrol division, and I am also very appreciative of the assistance that we received from Sheriff Pace. Thank you.
Okay, at this time, as I stated, as we continue to process this case, we're going to be turning it over to the very capable hands of our district attorney, and he's with us this morning, so I'm going to give District Attorney Smith an opportunity to have some comments.
Thank you. I appreciate the opportunity to come and speak to you this morning. And I want to say the same thing that you have already heard. I want to commend the Vicksburg Police Department for the work they have done on this case. You were standing here on Tuesday morning, barely just a few days from the receiving a call on the early morning hours of Saturday. And with nothing more than the victims' descriptions at that time of the assailants, they have drawn this case to a conclusion. I'm very proud of the work the Vicksburg Police Department has done, and just the tireless work. The word tireless has been used a couple of times today, but it's a proper description of what these individuals have done over these last couple of days to bring this matter to justice. I can tell you now it's in our field now. We are going to take it into my office. We're going to make sure that this case is properly presented to a grand jury and properly tried before a trial jury if that is necessary. I can tell you that we want to make sure that with this case and others like it that have happened in this community, that we take the time to show these individuals out in our community who are thinking about doing this type of crime that if you do this type of crime, you will be arrested, you will be prosecuted, and you will spend the majority, if not all, the rest of your life in prison. We need to make sure that we send a message to those in our community that that's the stand that we're going to take as law enforcement, as prosecutors, and as everyone involved in the criminal justice system here in Warren County. We're not going to tolerate this type of activity in our county, and those who have done it are going to suffer the consequences, and those who are considering doing it in the future will suffer those same consequences. Thank you for listening to us today.
Okay, there you have it. As you heard, we started off on Saturday mornings with very little to go on. It was almost trying to find a BB in a haystack. But these men and women, they developed this case, and they developed this case. They didn't take any lunch breaks. They didn't take any breaks at all. They continued to work and work and work and work and make sure that we now have the same results as we have had with other type cases that we've had in this community. Again, 100% solvability rate on any murders and rapes. That's what we've had in our 6 years here. So we're going to continue to work real hard to make sure that we send a strong message to all individuals that this type of behavior will not go unnoticed and will not go unpunished. At this time, that's within our press conference. We thank all of you for coming. Please understand that we still have a ways to go with this case, and we're not going to do anything or say anything that will compromise the integrity of this case. So again, thank you so very much for coming.